Hello everybody. So today, for the very first time ever, I'm in Cheatham's Hill Park. And this is my first time coming ever alone to Staley Bridge, and my first time in 3 years coming to Staley Bridge with my mum. So yeah, another adventure for you guys. So as you saw, last week it was my first time going to Stockport on my own, but first time in, again, 3 years. So obviously we came here, the last time we came here was 2019, and the last time we came to Stockport was 2019 for my birthday. So, sorry, everything is uphill, so I've come really far into the park. I didn't really want to come this far. But I want to explore and be past some hooligans on the way here. It was a group of 4 girls, and even though they didn't seem to know me, they kept staring at me. One of them in particular kept staring at me. This part we're here now looks like a horse trail. It's all muddy. Ooh. In my nice shoes as well. Finally a bench. It's taken me this long to find a blooming bench. I wanted to find a bench so I could, you know, delete stuff for so I could make this video. Gosh, yeah, that wasn't unpleasant. They kept looking at me. They passed me. They were behind me for ages. When they passed me, they kept looking at me. And then they went up this hill to go to the climbing framey area, which is where I wanted to go. But I thought I'd better not go there, because then they'll think I'm following them. You know how they are, right? This is what I'm wearing, by the way, just to show you real quick. But yeah, I just think it was odd, but it's odd that they kept staring at me. I knew they would, because I always expect it. I always expect these people to do this. But like I say, I don't know why. It's as if I've got 2 heads or something. I don't know them. They obviously don't know me, because they didn't they didn't call me Wolfie or anything like the ones that know me or always call me Wolfie. So it's obviously not them. I wonder if I can see them from here. It'd be cool if I could. Let's have a look. So I'm like higher up now. I'm just gonna go, my stuff's there, it should be okay. My actual bag with my valuables is right here. My backpack. Yeah, I definitely look better with makeup on than without. So that's the bit where I wanted to come, but I figured I'd go this far first. That's what it looks like where we are now. And that's where we've come from. Beautiful. Yeah, that's the entrance there, so yeah. That's where I came. Anyway, so when they got to the climbing framey area, I kept looking back. Now, not at them, I wanted to see where I'd come from, because if you turn round from where I was, because I was up so high, I could see the horizon, I could see the entire, like, city type thing. City, you know what I mean? Like, where I would come from. Like, you can see all of my area from there, which is not really surprising, as it's called Cheatham's Hill. So, it's a hill. So, and that was just, like, near the entrance, and obviously go up a bit further from the entrance. And like I say, those kids were on this climbing framey thing, the same climbing framey thing that that I have at my park that I normally go to, that you see me with live streams and videos in, or not live streams but just videos if you're from my Thurian channel. I wonder if I can get back to the entrance from here. I don't want to go in too far because, you know, I'm not that fit, especially going uphill and stuff. Anyway, so when they were at the top and I turned around to look at the horizon, I looked twice. The first time I was like, oh, like it was a shock. So I turned around a second time, a bit later on, and they were obviously still watching me. And when I turned around the second time, they said, "What do you want?" I'm like, what? I thought, yeah, I'm looking at you, but people look at people. It's like, why are you so bothered? Like, if you're so bothered, just don't pay me any mind. It's like, they were obviously more bothered about me for them to say that in the first place. It's like, well, just don't, you know, what do you want? Seeing as how you're the one who keeps staring at me. I was just turning around to look at the horizon. But yeah, I think I don't know if they know me at all, but I think as usual they see me and they think that they can intimidate me or something. So immediately it's, you know, like I say, they go for the intimidation tactic. But they're all the same. I mean, they don't look like the normal hooligans, you know. And this might sound bad, but the reason why I don't think that they're the typical hooligans is because one of them was, I think, the same as me, a trans male. So it was clearly female, but like dressed in male's clothes. So I'm assuming it's like a transgender, which is fair enough. So you'd think they would be more tolerant and not hooligan-like, seeing as how they've got a transgender in their little group. Well, see, that's the thing, a lot of them, like I say, they accept all these people into their group that are not the type that they would have at one point bullied, you know. In the hooligan groups, they wouldn't accept like gay people and trans people. So I mean, when I first started communicating with these hooligans many years ago, you know, when they first started harassing me, you know, I was like full on male then. You know, I had like really short hair and dressing in boys' clothes, and you pretty much couldn't tell I was that convincing as a male. And they used to get annoyed at me. Like, that was the reason why they were so nasty back then, was because they didn't know what I was. They wasn't sure if I was male or female, because I'd obviously heard that I was female somewhere. But I look like a male, and I'm telling them I'm male, because they kept asking me like, hey, you male or female? I kept saying male. Because back then I didn't want to say, oh, I'm female, but because I didn't have the like language back then, so I couldn't say I'm a female identifying as male. But they wouldn't have understood it back then, because that was like years ago, before it was like trendy, I suppose, and well known and well accepted to be LGBT, especially trans. I mean, people understood gay, but they didn't understand transgender as much. So that's why I thought it was just easier to say I'm male, because I didn't want people to think of me as female, but like, as they would put it, pretending to be male. I wanted them to just know me as male, not trans male or whatever. But yeah, people used to think of it as like you were pretending to be male or something, which is not true, but that's the only language I suppose we knew back then. But yeah, so they didn't accept it back then, so that is the type that they would bully. They would probably bully transgender people, probably not so much gay people, because I think even gay people were like accepted back then by the hooligans, because they did have a gay young man in their group. So, but I think transgender they probably wouldn't have understood as well, and they probably would have bullied. But like I say, this group has got like a trans male in their group, so you'd think that, I mean, obviously I'm dressed like kind of manly, so although the bottom half of me is shorts and tights, which I suppose would be considered girly by most people. Not to me, because like men in like the 1600s or whatever it was, 1500s, used to wear tights and like skirts and like puffy shorts. Like the Tudor eras and like the medieval eras, they used to wear tights and these puffy shorts. Look at the view! This is the view I had, but different. I had it of like the buildings and stuff. I don't even know where I was, but I think I was about, yeah, there it is. There's the, over there, that's the climbing frame area. I wonder if I could go down here without like slipping and falling down this big hill. I'd love to have just done a round all around there, and now I'm here. But I think if I tried to go down there, I might fall, especially as it's been raining, so it might be a bit slippy and slidey. It doesn't seem it at the moment, but I don't really want to go back that way just in case them idiots are there. They might even gone further in the park now trying to look for me. So I think they just went up there because they were very aware that I was behind them and they wanted to get away. You know, they wanted me to pass. I can't see that climbing frame thing that they went up. Let's go a bit further down here. Oh, it's a bit wet here. Longer grass and all. But it's okay, I don't mind. But anyway, yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, this is a more manly outfit. Because my top half is pretty manly. Like, even by modern standards, this is a more manly outfit. And then my bottom half is like from eras gone, whichever era it was. I'm not really like well up on my eras, so I'm not really sure if it's like 15th or 1600s, but whatever. I think so. Oh, there it is. Yeah, they're definitely gone. But I don't know whether they've gone further in the park. I'm presuming they have. Actually, they're still there in the park area. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to zoom in so you can see who I'm talking about. Oh, doggy! And then we'll get to see the doggies as well.